Mike, and I'm here with Isaac, and we're here to talk about some video games. More specifically, we're here to talk about Gamescom 2025 opening night, which has come and gone. Now, was pretty much a very run of the bill like game conference, your E3 type of show. For me, it was there was a lot of some interesting things, some not interesting things, and as it goes with these conferences, they're always gonna rapid fire a bunch of games at you, and not all those games are gonna appeal to every single person. But just to get a brief discussion about it, I just want to pass it over to Isaac and ask what he thought about the show.
Yeah, no, it was your standard mill Gamescom opening night, of games and reveals and trailers. What I did notice a lot though this year was there was a lot of high dark fantasy games focused on more Eastern culture than I think I've seen before. Because kind of like you, I
Mm-hmm.
was kind of in and out of Gamescom. So I thought sometimes when I saw a lot of these games, some of these games kind of felt the same. They kind of bled into each other. So I wasn't really paying attention to some of the games that bled, but like a really high level of those games are coming out this year. And I think it's just kind of
Yeah, a lot of things are wise. They're like East. Some things are
Eastern mythology,
Eastern. Yeah,
East dark
or just
horror, Eastern mythology games.
or at the very least, there were just a lot of things that are coming out of China, South Korea,
Japan,
Japan,
it
and
was
stuff.
a really heavy influence of those types of games,
Because
almost very like soul-like games.
yeah, but of course you also had a lot of stuff from the West. Got your Call of Duty Black Ops 7 got revealed to very little fanfare, surprisingly. Like a lot of people are actually very sick and tired of Call of Duty at this point.
I don't
And
blame them.
yeah, and there's a lot of people just there was actually almost no applause for the Call of Duty 7 trailer.
Yeah, at this point now, it's almost like kind of standard fare. It's almost at the level of Madden. It's like, yeah, I know what to expect. It's another, $70 game with microtransactions that kind of be thrown in my face. And
Which is kind of funny because I believe Delta Force got a little bit more fanfare, and that is basically
more
about
applause.
what was that?
Got better applause.
Got better applause, and that's actually a Battlefield clone, which is even more funnier because a lot of people were saying with their response to Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is when is Battlefield 6 coming out? Yeah, a lot like Battlefield 6. It's definitely making waves, especially after the nonsense that was 2042. Um, yeah, but still, it's still yeah. I know they're gonna screw it up somehow. But anyway, just going on to the actual games that were showcased. I just want to know what games you were interested in.
Yeah, so a lot of the games that really kind of caught my attention. I'm gonna go right off the bat. Resident Evil Requiem just continues to look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I admit I haven't played Resident Evil games since 4.
Mm-hmm.
Um, actually, I haven't even really finished 4 back in the day though. But that was kind of the last Resident Evil game that I played, and it visually looks pretty good. It's really cool to see Capcom kind of really borrow a lot of the indie, the AAA development, and really kind of went back to first person mode with Resident Evil. I think it's what this was. Forgot what number was it with the house. Was it
7.
7? Right?
Yes, 7.
7 really rejuvenized Resident Evil back to being a single player first person horror, and I think it works wonders for it. Re Rechanging it, and the fact that we're kind of going back to the days of Resident Evil 2, where I guess she goes back to kind of explore that day. It's almost like a Chernobyl experience. No, I think it looks really interesting and good. And it's supposed to come out what, February?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, no, it's looking pretty good. It's very soon. Yes.
Very soon. Yeah. And for me, another game that was interesting for me was the new game from Game Science, which is Black Myth. I'm probably gonna butchered his pronunciation. Zongku? Yeah. Zongquai. Yeah, okay. But yeah, it's a mythology. It's basically in Chinese lore, it's basically a huge demon fighter, a demon hunter slayer that basically goes into hell and like beats up thousands of demons in order to like protect the real world from a demon invasion. I believe. I mean, I'm someone's probably gonna piss me off for butchering that lore, but yeah, it's basically proves. It basically shows that Game Science wants to make Black Myth a franchise where they basically take myth and legend from Chinese folklore and make it into like these action Souls-like games, which I think is a pretty cool idea because there is a lot of like Chinese folklore that they could pull from. Obviously, they did the Wukong one, and now they're going for this guy. It's a pretty cool idea. It's really pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
It's a very tapped. No, it's definitely a very tapped well of experience and stories that that can be implemented. For the longest period of time, they've always done Wukong in multiple different forms of media. So for China to be really game development to the process over there, it's pretty good. It's opening up a new door of storytelling in game,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's awesome.
Absolutely. What else did you like?
Now this kind of gets a little sketchy. There was a one game. Oh, and this is why I wanted the list to be pulled up. It was a game that was made by the same team that did Ghost Runner.
Ghost Runner.
Yeah, it was something Volnot. It got showed, but man,
Is it a shooter game?
it is. It is. It's a first person game.
Void Tracker? Is that the game? The game was it called Void Tracker or something like that?
No. They did show it.
Oh, Void Breaker. That's what
it wasn't Void Breaker though. But they did show it. It was again like taken to a lot of the high a lot of the high dark fantasy, but this was kind of focused in France, Napoleon, France, and it's the same team.
I thought I something about is it this game?
Yes, Val Mortis. There you go. Yeah, Val Mortis. Really, just because I like the team that did the Ghost Runner.
Yeah.
Too. This was kind of the brand new game.
Yeah, well, the Ghost Runner was pretty cool. It was it was like basically like cyberpunk parkour, like action, like parkour action game. Yeah, I remember Void Runner. Yes, Ghost Runner. Ghost Runner. Yes.
No, so it's like the same team kind of taking that same feeling though, but now a lot more magic, dark magic versus like cybernetic stuff, and I kind of like them kind of just taking that same idea and just kind of implement into a new storyline and stuff like that too. And who doesn't like to try to kill like Napoleon and during the French Revolution and situations like that? But individually, I think it's a really cool idea what they're doing there. I thought in terms of, again going back to what I said, just kind of dealing with that high fantasy style of gaming. It's cool to see Europe now starting to touch into that a little bit as well.
I was about to say it's just like
since we are in
in Germany. But I was like I'll say isn't that this game sort of like Dishonored by Arcane Studios?
Well, way in a little bit of a way though, but this like Dishonored really was focusing more like the supernatural.
True.
More superhero aspect of the game. This really just kind of focuses on the monstrous, the horror elements.
Okay, I got you. This is a game that I didn't particularly pay too much attention to. But if you like it, I like it.
Yeah, no, and again, listen. There was a time when just things started to feel like they were starting to mesh in together. because there were again there were a lot of these games that kind of felt like the same.
I
They're
mean, obviously, like
illustrated
theming wise, they're
theme wise felt
obviously
the same.
similar, but because there's only so many ways you can make certain themes like stand out without going completely off the wall.
I just think that a lot of these games are starting to come out closer together too. That's what was a lot of the confusion too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So another game that I would say I was actually I'm very interested. Obviously, more information on Ninja Gaiden 4 was revealed after, and it's obviously a very legendary, hack and slash game, and just seeing this game back in action is very exciting, especially considering that Platinum Games is working on it. And as everyone knows, Platinum Games are legendary when it comes to the hack and slash, or rather the whole J action character action game genre. Now, the thing about Ninja Gaiden in its its previous games, especially the ones that were under Itagaki when he was still working with Team Ninja, is that they were more of a balls to the wall challenging game that emphasizes survival and just being able rather than
just grind it out.
just grinding it out and taking your enemies for styling on your enemies. And Platinum Games are more known for making character action games where you style on your enemies. So I'm wondering how those two kinds of developments philosophies going to mesh well together with Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, no, Ninja Gaiden. It's always been a real cool, fun series. Though I think I played the rebirth version of that on the Xbox 360.
It's Ninja Gaiden Black.
Yeah.
Or
No, just the one on 360. Was it?
Then it was original Xbox. It was first on the reboot was on Xbox.
And then maybe they came back as Black. Okay, as a remaster.
Yeah, Black was it was like I think it was
You're
more
probably
reboot.
right.
Yeah,
no,
Ninja
but
Gaiden Black.
again, I remember those games. It was more about endurance than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Endurance and survival.
Just how long can you outlast before they take you out? These monsters take you out with one hit. But, yeah, no, but no, looking forward to that.
And anything? What else? You got one more?
The last game, it's gonna actually be shocking too. And normally I'm not the hugest fan of the series. I think it's adorable though. I kind of like Lego Batman.
Yeah, you're really telling me about that.
Lego Batman. I was like really intrigued how they were able, it still had the Lego Batman kitty aesthetic though. But I think what really drawed me to it is that they implemented a lot of Batman Arkham, which Arkham was one of my more favorite games back in the 2000s. So the fact that they kind of implemented a lot of the combat and there's going to be a lot of open world exploration. I'm shocked that I was really impressed by Lego Batman.
Yeah, I mean, it did look good.
It was really, really well done and really impressive. And it kind of blended the both worlds of having that. The only thing I was a little shocked about, I didn't see a lot of building because usually they try to always add a Lego building mechanic. They didn't really display that. That doesn't mean that's not going to.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be in there. Like they have to. It has to be in there.
Yeah, where you're able to kind of build, hopefully your Batmobiles and stuff like that. Though.
Yeah.
But I was. The gameplay looked really, really good. I was really, really surprised by that. It looked really impressive. And, the fact that it's going to touch on a lot of the Dark Knight trilogy, a little bit of Matt Reeves' Batman kind of incorporated into it. I think it's going to be able to tell a really funny, interesting story, though, but I was really impressed by its gameplay.
I totally agree. It did look really, really fun. So, yeah, I mean, the Lego games has pretty much weird legacy of being really good. Like in fact, a lot of the licensed Lego games have this weird legacy of just being really good. Like Lego Harry Potter, what's the other one? Lego
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah, that's the one thing. Lego Star Wars.
They've also done Lego DC superheroes, Marvel superheroes. They've done a lot of licensed stuff, and I think it's just the fact, like if you're a doll, and you're playing these with your kids, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's just a great bonding experience to be able, because like Lego's such an iconic toy, to be able to just finally now put that in gaming and just kind of be able to kind of revisit all of those pop culture moments
Mm-hmm.
with your child or even just yourself in a different way.
Yeah, because they do have like funny twists on like how stories are portrayed.
Yeah.
Like I mean, my favorite moment is with Lego Star Wars, especially the whole like I believe the episode one or is it episode two? I got Star Wars fans are gonna kill me for saying this, but it's just the one with Anakin, Mace Windu, and stuff like that, and how Anakin is always being treated like an inferior. And there's this one point where he's just given um a crayon book, a coloring book, and crayons to play with in that one scene. I forget the name of the scene. Someone's probably gonna remind me in the comments, and please do, because I really would love to revisit that scene. But yeah, the Lego games are pretty good. So Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, something to look forward to. Now, last game that caught my eye that was completely unexpected, I would have to say, is the new Bubsy 40 game. Now, Bubsy is a game that has been lived in infamy for quite some time because he has like a reputation for like having really bad games. But the truth is that Bubsy games are never really that bad. They were just kind of painfully mediocre and just like average run of the mill like platform games. So they've kind of just always been games that you can just buy. And it's like, oh, that's an experience, and it's just like you just never feel like a game that you never ever touch again. But he's back again. I mean, the last time they did bring Bubsy back, he did have a game like I believe like it was like a couple of years ago called The Woolies Strike Back, and a lot of people said it was an okay game. It was just incredibly short, so it's not like he hasn't been had a new game in a while. But still, this new game actually looks really decent, and it's I believe what was the name of the developers? It's like Demons, like Demon stuff like that.
That's
Demon
published
Turf,
by
yeah.
Atari.
It's published by Atari, but it's apparently being developed by the developers called Fazbraz or something like that. I can't pronounce that. Fazbraz, yeah. And they made a game called Demon Tough, which apparently is very popular. And so they're saying like, yeah, if these guys are working on the game, then this game might have a chance. Now, the reason why I really like this game is because he's all grown up now. He has like a wife and kids now. He's like more mellowed out. He's less like in your face. He doesn't have like a lot of like his humor is more mellowed out. He's more mature and he feels more relatable now. He's like that's why I like this new version of Bugsy. And his voice isn't incredibly annoying anymore. Like whoever is voice acting now, I feel like his voice is perfect for a more mellowed out, mature version of Bubsy. And overall, the game just looks very solid. It doesn't look like the gameplay looks like it doesn't look as mediocre as Bubsy games are known to be. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this one.
You know, I never really touched the Bugsy series. I just noticed that it was.
It's a game that just existed.
So,
I mean, I played Bubsy 1, and that was, again, it was just like an okay game, not something that's just like painfully offensive, just like it's a game. But yeah, the games are okay. In fact, the only game that's objectively bad was the Bubsy 3D on the PlayStation 1 because of its tank controls and its ugly visuals, and it's just like, yeah, that is an objectively bad game. But this new one looks like it's in good hands. Now, people can say what they want about like Atari, like wanting to cash in on nostalgia right now, but I think the developers look like they want to make a good game, and it just the biggest thing about it is just like Bubsy still being in there. It just kind of feels like it's a game where Like, yeah, he settled down, he has kids, he's just like living a normal life, but he decided he doesn't want to give up on his dreams just yet. And he's trying one more time to see if he can become the platform gaming star that he always wanted to be. So yeah, so basically that's our like the long and short of it when it comes to everything that we were interested in for Gamescom this year. So is there anything in particular that you liked at Gamescom? Just let us know in the comments below. And if you like what we're doing here, please rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mike with Isaac, and we are saying peace.